Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. I got a recent acquisition I want to talk to you about today. It is this property. It is in Rio County. It is roughly 3.6 acres, priced at $8,500. Quick thing I want to mention before I begin on my spiel here is that this video up here is a drone video of the property. The video you're watching right now is going to replace that. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, you'll be able to watch the drone video, and it'll give you an excellent sense of the property, its surroundings, the terrain, etc. And even if you're not interested in purchasing this property, I'd encourage you to watch it anyway because it's a really pretty part of New Mexico. So, all that being said, let's pull this up on a map. By the way, these 3.6 acres are a combination of 7 roughly half-acre properties that are adjacent to each other. As you can see here in the legal descriptions, Unit 2, Block 13, then it's lots 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, and 16. These are the parcel numbers that correspond to those lot numbers. These are the account numbers that correspond, and these are the GPS coordinates that correspond to the location of each lot. Of course, this is a little overkill on our part. All of these lots are basically just a little bit north, south, east, west of each other. So we could just put one set of coordinates here, but we gave you all 7. Anywho, click on any one of these. It's going to bring it up on Google Maps. I mention this every time because one of the most commonly asked questions I get is, where is this property on a map? How do I find this property? How do I know where it is, etc.? And I say click on the GPS coordinates, and a lot of people are shocked that you can do such a thing. So I like to reiterate in every video that if you click on them, it'll bring it up on a map. Anyway, all right, if you look at this property, you're going to see there's no road leading out to it. If you do, however, go to satellite view, you can get a sense of the fact that there are, in fact, roads out here. This is a subdivided and bladed out area. The subdivision itself is called the Chama River Estates. It occupies pretty much all of this space right here. These 7 adjacent lots are right here. There's no power in this area. There's no power on the property itself. Nearest power is here, 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 here. All of those points are about a half mile away, and if you right click on this, click measure distance, you can see how far it is to any one of these things. Roughly about a half mile out to property. So probably not difficult to get property extended out there if that's your goal. Yeah, by the way, let's just talk about access for this. The person who sold the property to us said, there's a gate out here, but that gate is open all the time. They never close that gate. This is the gate. Well, it turns out they do close the gate. They close the gate every day around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I believe the gate is owned by whoever has this thing over here. Whatever the case, there are multiple points of ingress and egress to the property, including this one up here off the 573. You'll notice there's just a little cattle guard right here, but you can come in off this road, make your way down to the land, or you can access the land by coming in off of this road here and making your way out, or this road over here and making your way out. No gates over here. Or, look at this, if you really hate the shocks on your car, you can make your way out here through this trail through the mountains. Now, I'm not going to bore you with me showing you how this trail snakes down through here, but basically it's going to spit you out on Old Highway 64, or you can access it from Old Highway 64, and you can make your way up here through the mountainous area out to the property. Anywho, all right, so let's talk about what else is out here. I'm going to just go back. Well, no, we'll stay on this view for a second. So, you have the small town of Tierra Amarilla. Tierra Amarilla is the county seat. There's a lot of schools, churches, shopping out here, and apparently a high school football field that you can see from space. Go Lobos. I'm guessing that's the most expensive football field in the state of New Mexico. I don't know. Anyway, but you also have, now we'll go to this view, you also have the Heron Lake State Park and the El Vado Lake State Park. So what's out here is a lot of great boating, fishing, water-related activities, jet skiing, etc. There's boat rental out there, places that you can camp, etc. Simultaneously, you have the Rio Chama River, which snakes through this area right here. My understanding, I am not a fisherman, but my understanding is that this is a great spot for fly fishing in New Mexico, one of the best. Also, up here, you've got Chama. You are about 10 miles from Chama. Let's see here. All right, 13 miles from Chama, quick 10-minute drive up the 64. A lot of great big game hunting up here in Chama, if that's your interest. Elk, mule deer, turkey, probably some other species, I don't know. But down here in the table under points of interest, we have links to all of these things: Heron Lake State Park, El Vado Lake State Park, Timbers at Chama and the Fishtail Ranch, these are both big game hunting areas that you can read about if you follow any of these links. So that is a lot of what's available in that area. Now let's just talk about the zoning for a second. This area is zoned, like most of Rio Arriba County, zoned rural residential, which means that, well, basically Rio Arriba County has a very laid-back attitude about zoning. Now, if it's your goal to come out here, build a shipping container home or a tiny home, you should probably call the county and ask about that. That being said, if your goal is to have a property on which you can camp on in the summertime or something, you should know that Rio Arriba has a 90-day rule for RVs. You can camp, park, live out of your RV for 90 days. Nobody's going to say anything to you. Nobody's going to say, hey, get that thing out of here. And then at the end of 90 days, even if you're not building a permanent structure, you can file for an extension on that. You can get a permit, you can file for an extension, whatever. And I think their only prerequisite is just based on how well you've maintained the area, which, you know, is a way of saying disposed of waste. In most parts of Rio Arriba County, they probably don't check in on that. They probably just whatever the permit fee cost, that's all you have to do. Being as you're right here by the county seat, by county government, they might actually come out and check on the area just to make sure. Who knows? Point being, be a good neighbor, keep the place clean, and you'll be able to park out there probably for as long as you want. That's my guess. But of course, this is also, it's a great spot just to come out here and just build something. Just build a cabin, whether it's a seasonal retreat or it's a new home. You have this great, you know, small town here, but you've also got all the beauty of northern New Mexico. And, you know, we sent our photographer out to take pictures. He shot 3 properties at once, which is why you don't see as many photos in this gallery as you would normally see, because he was doing 3 properties in one day. But the point is, if you scroll through these, you'll get a sense of exactly how pretty this area is up here in northern New Mexico. I've observed now from buying and selling enough land in New Mexico that there's the northern half of the state and there's the southern half of the state, and the southern half is a lot of, I don't know, barren desert landscape, and then the northern half is this very pretty, you know, high mountain country with scenery like this. So, point being, if you buy this property, this is going to be what surrounds you, really picturesque area. So, great place to build a home, build a seasonal retreat, a cabin, something like that. Quick thing that I want to mention is because these 7 properties have already been subdivided. These are 7 lots which we're sort of just recombining for the purpose of this sale. This will not be difficult for you to, let's say, you know, buy all 7 and live off 2 of them and resell the other 5, or, you know, however the math breaks down. But you won't have to deal with the expense of subdividing the property, which in New Mexico is not a cheap thing to do. So, anyway, I think that's my spiel about the property. I do want to say to anyone who's interested in scouting the property, it's very easy to do. You can do it just by eyeballing the map here. You can click on the direction button up here, enter your start point. You'll get turn-by-turn directions, or simply bring this listing page up on your smartphone as you're driving out there. Click these coordinates, any one of the 7, and you should get turn-by-turn directions out to the property. Of course, we encourage anybody who's going to buy from us to scout the property in advance. It'd be good to lay eyes on these things so you know exactly what you're purchasing, etc. And when you are ready to buy, just come over here, click the Buy Now button, and it's going to take you to a secure checkout page. I would tell you this is one that, you know, if it requires 2 or 3 credit cards for you to pay for this, just give our offices a call, 702-919-7170, and we'll make up individual checkout pages for you. If this is not something that you feel comfortable buying online, you want to close through a title company, that's very easy to do. In fact, if you come up here to our How It Works Buying From Us page, just read through this. It'll give you a sense of the process for purchasing property, whether you check out on the website or if you want to close through a title company. Either way, we can accommodate either one. Anyway, this is a quick video today, but I want to thank everybody for watching it. Please subscribe to the channel, get more of these, see more great deals on property in New Mexico, and if this was helpful for you, just click the thumbs up, the like button, whatever. But thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it.